When we hear Australia, we think about wildlife and nature. But Australia is also known for having incredible muscle cars. Australia created some of the world's most attractive muscle cars between 1967 and 2017. These are the top 10 Aussie muscle cars. Starting off at number 10, we have the 1967 Ford XR Falcon GT. The Australian muscle car was born out of this vehicle. Proof that the bronze-only XR GT was invincible at the Bathurst 67 instead of being a race for gentlemen. The Great Race became a battleground for manufacturers. 168 kilowatt, 289 cubic inch V8, 4-barrel carb, larger brakes, retuned suspension, and a floor-mounted, all-synchro, close ratio 4-speed were the features of the police spec Fairmount that served as the basis for the GT. And it sparked an ongoing emotional feud between us and Holden that is still going strong. At number 9, we have the 1969 Holden HT Monaro GTS 350. With its iconic original form, the powerful HT GTS 350 is the quickest Monaro ever. The entirely imported 186 kilowatt, 327 cubic inch V8, 5.3 liter engine of the 1968 Bathurst winning HK GTS was replaced in August 1969 by a bigger, more powerful 224 kilowatt Chevy 350, 5.7 liter. This Holden can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6 seconds. With a peak speed of about 209 kilometers an hour and a quarter-mile time of 15.7 seconds, the automobile was faster than the original HK and more agile than the HG model that came after it. Its updated suspension and stronger brakes further enhanced its driving qualities. The HT 350 validated its reputation by taking first place at the Bathurst in 1969, the only triumph for the incredibly gifted Colin Bond. Here at number 8, we have the 1971 Ford XY Falcon GT Phase 3. The most impressive Australian supercar of its day was the GT Phase 3, the third iteration of the GT series. A few 300 units were manufactured with the express purpose of being homologated for the Australian Touring Car Championship. The XY Shaker is one of the most sought-after GT models, and the Phase 3 GT variant is among the most valuable of all Australian performance vehicles. The XY GT, which earned its nickname, Shaker, from its exposed center bonnet air scoop linked to the air cleaner of its Cleveland 351 engine, was the first and only vehicle to carry on the heritage of the authentic Australian muscle car. With its front and rear spoilers and fully functional Shaker air inlet, the Phase 3 was supposed to represent the pinnacle of artistic expression. Falcon GT appeared to be dominating the field in the 1971 Bathurst 1000. The top 3 positions at the finish line, as well as the first several rows, were all Falcons. Although the XA had long since supplanted the XY GT, the supercar scandal of 1972 forced the GT Phase 3 to continue for another season. With its Shaker intake atop of the 351 Cleveland poking through the bonnet, the Phase 3's earth-shattering performance saw 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in high 6s, a mid-14 quarter, and 227 kilometers an hour. At number 7, we have the 1972 Holden Torana GTR XU1. The Australian-based Holden cars raced the GTR XU1 variant. The basic LJ Torana was modified by engineers led by Holden's team director Harry Firth, and the result is still the most successful touring and rally vehicle to come out of Australia. Like other significant sports cars, this one was created with rallycross and touring in mind. With Peter Brock serving as the lead driver, the race program got underway in 1969. The road-going version was first available in 1972, 3 years later. The inline-6 engine was optimized with the use of the Stromberg 150CD carbs, a racing cam, modified combustion chamber, smaller flywheel, and bigger exhaust. Using V8 power plants was the rage in America in the 1970s. The GTR XU2, almost followed this trend by using a GM V8 engine. The XU2 was cancelled because the projected cost of production, roughly double that of the XU1, proved to be unsustainable. It was improved with new seats and softer suspension, but the Bathurst version had a hot camshaft, a lighter flywheel, and a 3.08 to 1 diff for 220 kilometers an hour down Conrad Straight and a 15.2 second quarter mile. However, Peter Brock's first ever Bathurst bounty was delivered by the LJ GTR XU1, which has made it most renowned. Coming at number 6, we have the 1972 Chrysler VH Charger E49. Which car was the greatest that didn't win at the Bathurst? Although it was limited by a 3-speed transmission, Leo Gagan's E38 Charger in 1971 showed potential. The 4 on the guards of the E49 indicates an additional gear, which was added after it finished in second place, in an effort to win the coveted Bathurst title. The Charger's performance was on par with the XY GT HO, thanks to its 4.3-liter triple Webered 6 engine that produced 225 kilowatt, 440 Nm. Unfortunately, the additional gear didn't help the Charger move up the podium much. As prestigious as the Phase 3, we recorded an E49 clocking in at 211 kilometers an hour in a 1972 test. At number 5, we have the 1977 Holden Torana A9X. We got a taste of Holden's brilliance with the Hurricane concept, but it was never brought to fruition. But we witnessed more than just the concept with the Torana A9X. The Australian manufacturer unleashed the A9X on both public roads and racetracks, showcasing its skills in car construction. Holden manufactured the Torana from 1967 to 1980, but in 1977, the venerable A9X was added in what is now regarded as one of the greatest car upgrade packages the business has ever offered. Interestingly, the A9X is arguably the greatest example of the Torana nameplate. No other Torana-based model or trim more exemplified the aboriginal meaning of Torana, which is to fly, than the legendary A9X. Generally speaking, Holden vehicles have grown to be quite valuable collector's items over time, and occasionally we see them show up at auction. However, because of its legendary automotive significance, the Holden Torana A9X is the focus of our attention. We've uncovered some amazing information on this fantastic Australian classic automobile. Now at number 4, we have the 1985 HDT VK SS Group A. The most respected was the original Group A Commodore, popularly referred to as the Blue Meanie. In 1985, Holden and HDT had to meet with new racing regulations by producing a road-going VK. With a body kit inspired by Phil Smoot, Skeel seats, and Momo wheel, the Carby Holden V8 with 196 kilowatts was de-stroked to 4,987 cc for racing with a displacement under 5,000 cc for the Formula Blue Group A. Its lineage was solidified by Brock's valiant effort at Bathurst in 1985, Grice's victory in 1986, and the King's Cup at Spa in 1987. At number 3, we have the 1988 HSV VL Group A Walkinshaw. HSV's UK wind tunnel tested Group A, which was developed under Tom Walkinshaw, defeated Ford's dominating Sierra and outlasted Nissan's new Skyline GTR to win Bathurst in 1990. With a 5-speed transmission and 2 throttle bodies installed on the engine for 180 kilowatts, the Panorama Silver VL was equipped with Holden's first EFI V8. Unexpectedly, the 750 Walkie's potential collectability led to the removal of several of the outlandish body kits from brand new cars. At number 2, we have the 2016 Ford FGX Falcon Sprint. The Ford Falcon XR8 Sprint is the high-performance model that serves as the model's final farewell before it is discontinued in Australia on October 7th, 2016, after 56 years of manufacturing. With a 5.0-liter V8 supercharged engine that generates 345 kilowatts and 575 Nm, the Sprint is a powerful farewell to a legendary vehicle. A pleasure to drive is the 5.0-liter supercharged V8 engine that Ford has hidden behind the XR8 Sprint's hood. Although it isn't the most sophisticated, efficient, or technologically advanced, the XR8's engine is fantastic. When paired with the 6-speed automatic transmission, a 6-speed manual is also an option. Country blasts are lively and enjoyable because there is a lot of force that is delivered cleanly and dependably. Nonetheless, the power plant is also sufficiently submissive for routine tasks within the municipality. The XR8 Sprint is a very comfortable vehicle to sit in. Although the driving posture isn't perfect, more on that later, the Falcon is generally comfortable. There is plenty of legroom in the back seats, even for tall persons. A grown guy could sit in the rear without any issues if the front passenger seats was fully reclined. Time in the saddle is made easy by a blend of suede-like material and leather. Not even the slightest bit of discomfort after 6.5 hours of driving in a single day. Finally, at number 1, we have the 2017 HSV GTS W1. After knowing that the Gen F Series GTS would be the last Aussie Commodore-based Halo vehicle, HSV didn't hold back on it. The cherry on top, though, was the HSV GTSR W1, a beast that will regrettably spend a lot of time in sheds thanks to its 474 kilowatt, 815 Nm LS9 engine from Chevrolet's Big Dog Corvette, race-bred suspension, and a pair of R-Spec tires. Thank you for watching till the end. Kindly like and subscribe.